Alright, so if you don't know me, I am Milano, and I had the privilege of directing the show with Mr. Meekle, who's upstairs. Alright, thank you so much for joining us today. So, this is actually a very special show because our junior theater class, this is their first time having a full, 2-show day co-op production due to the pandemic. So very special show for them. We're very excited to have you here as part of their first full show day with an audience that is open to the public. Couple things before we begin. Some information about casting. So inside of your program, you may have noticed that there's a little double casting cheat sheet. That is because the largest roles in the play, we split up between different actors. So you will see a different person playing a different character in each act of the show. And that little cheat sheet inside your program gives you a little map of who's who for those moments. We also had a couple casting changes throughout the process. Most recently, we have our senior, Jordan Velez, will be filling in for Ezekiel Cheever. This is something she found out yesterday. So you will see her in Act 1 as Ann Putnam, and then in all other acts, she will be Ezekiel Cheever, and that is not reflected in the program, so we wanted to make sure to note that for you. All right, a few things for you to know. In the unlikely event of an emergency, there are emergency exits on either side of our space. Please take a moment right now to silence cell phones. As you notice, you are very close to the actors, and they can hear and see your phones, and it's very distracting for them. They've put a lot of work into this performance, so please keep phones away, keep phones silent so that they can focus. Also, there is no flash photography allowed, as that can be very distracting and dangerous to the actors. We do take a ton of photos tomorrow, and those can be shared with you upon request. Our run time today is about 2 hours and 15 minutes with a brief intermission. Please note that our actors do use the aisles for entrances and exits. And try, please, to avoid moving around a lot between scenes. But if you do need to step out, you can head out either of these directions. All right, I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the show.
You must wake up.
Out of here.
I bet you're not gonna die.
Out of my sight! Out of my... Oh my God, God help me! Betty, child, dear child, will you wake? Will you open your eyes? Betty, little one.
Susanna walked
Oh, the doctor? Let her come, let her come. What does the doctor say, child?
Dr. Briggs, he told me that he can discover no medicine.
Then you must survive.
Aye, sir, he has been searching ever since he left you. But he fears you may have looked to unnatural things for the cause of it.
No, there be no unnatural causes here. Let him look to medicine.
Aye, sir, he bid me tell you.
Go directly home.
Aye, sir, I pray for her. The rumor of witchcraft is all about. I think you should go down there and figure it out yourself.
And what shall I say to them? That I discovered my daughter and my niece dancing like a heathen in the forest?
Uncle, we did dance. Let them tell you I confessed it.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation when I know you have not been open with me.
Betty was frightened and then she fainted. There's the whole of it.
Then why can she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. Let me know what you have done there. I saw Tituba waving her arms over an open fire when I came on you. Why was she doing that? And I heard a screeching and gibberish coming from her mouth.
She She always sings her Barbados songs and we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, Abigail, for my enemies will not blink it. And I thought I saw a dress lying in the grass.
A dress.
A dress. And I thought I saw someone running naked through the trees.
No one was naked. You mistake yourself.
I saw it! Now you tell me true, Abigail. Now my ministry's at stake. My ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abomination you have done, give me all of it now, for I dare not to be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
There's nothing more. I swear it, Uncle.
Abigail, I have given you a home. I have put clothes upon your back. Now you give me an upright answer. Your name in the town. It is entirely white, is it not?
I am sure it is. There be no blush about my name.
Abigail, is there any other cause for you have told me? For Goody Proctor discharging me. It has troubled me now that you are 7 months out of their house, and in all this time no other family has called for your services.
They want slaves, not such as I. Let them send to Barbados for that.
No, I can have anyone. Oh, why Goody Putnam. Come in.
It is a marvel. It is surely a stroke that fell upon you.
No, Goody Putnam, it is.
How high did she fly?
No, she never flew. Oh, good morning, Mr. Putnam.
It's a providence the thing is out now. It is a providence.
What's out, sir? What?
Why, her eyes is closed. Look you, Anne.
Why, that's strange. Ours is open.
Your little Ruth is sick?
I not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick.
Pray not.
Say you sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly?
A precaution only. He has much experience in all demonic arts.
He has indeed, and found by a witch in Beverly last year, and let you remember that.
I hope you not lead to witchcraft. I know that you least of all, Thomas, whatever wish such disastrous charge laid upon me. They will howl me out of Salem for such a corruption in my house.
Look you, Mr. Paris, I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue, but cannot if you hold back in this.
But Thomas, you cannot.
And tell Mr. Paris what you have done.
Reverend Paris, I have laid 7 babies. I have laid 7 babies in the earth unbaptized. Believe me, sir, you've never seen such hardy babies born. Yet each would wither in my arms the very night of their birth. Now, I have spoke nothing of this, but my heart has clamored intimations, and this year, my Ruth, I see her turning strange. A secret child she has become this year, and shrivels like a sucking mouth pulling on her life too. And so, I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba? What may Tituba?
Tituba knows how to speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
Goody Anne, that is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
I take it on my soul, but who else may tell us what person murdered my baby?
Would!
They were murdered, Mr. Paris, and mock this proof, mock it. Last night my Ruth were ever so close to the little spirits. I know it, sir. For how else is she stuck dumb now, except some power of darkness would stop her mouth? It is a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Don't you understand it, sir? There is a murdering witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will. You cannot blink it more.
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
Not I, sir, not I. Tituba and Ruth.
Now I am undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself.
In my house, Thomas, they will topple me with this.
Your pardon, I only called to see how Betty is.
Why aren't you home? Who's with Ruth?
Her grandmother comes. She's improved a little.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I would pray a while alone.
Oh, you prayed since midnight. Why don't you go
No. I'll wait till Mr. Hale arrives.
You, Mr. Paris. Let you strike out against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Go down. Speak to them. Pray with them. They are thirsting for your word, mister.
I have no stomach for disputation this morning. I will leave them in a psalm, but let you speak nothing of witchcraft. The cause is yet unknown. I've had enough contention since I arrived. I want no more.
Mercy, you go home to Ruth. Do you hear?
Hey, Mom.
If she starts for the window, cry for me at once.
British, I don't know. She's been moving like a devil since last night.
Betty? Betty, sit up now. Betty, stop this!
Now look you. If they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I told them as much already.
And what more?
That's all you know.
Oh, Jesus!
What do we do? The village is out.
What do we do?
Abby, I've just come from the farm. The whole town's talking witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby.
They'll be calling us witches, Abby. She means to tell, I know it.
Abby, we've got to tell. Witcheries are hanging out that they done in Boston 2 years ago. Abby, we must tell the truth, or you'll only be whipped for dancing and all the other things.
Oh, we'll be whipped.
Never done any of it, Abby. I've only looked.
Oh, you're a good one for looking at me anymore.
Betty? Betty, what's up there? It's Abigail.
I'll beat you, Betty.
Oh, my mama! What ails you? Your mama's dead and buried. Then I'll fly to mama. Let me fly! I told your father everything he knows now. He knows everything we...
You drink blood, Abby. You drink blood.
I can never say that again.
You did. You drank a charm to go John Proctor's wife. You drank a charm to go to the Proctor.
Shut it! Now shut it!
Mama!
Now look you. All of you. Dance. It's a Chuba Convert Ruth Putnam's dead sisters. And that is all. Now mark this. Let either of you read a word. Or an edge of a word about any of the other things. I will come to you in the black of some terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it. I saw Indians smash my dear parents' heads on the pill next to mine, and I've seen some reddish work done at night. And I can make you wish you had never seen the sun go down. Now you sit up and stop this.
What's got to her? Abby, she's going to die. It's a sin to call her.
I said shut it, Mary Warren!
Oh, I'm just going home, Mr. Proctor.
Be you foolish, Whitmore. Be you dead. I forbid you leave the house, did I not? Why shall I pay you? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I only came to see the great doings of the world.
I'll show you a great doing on your arsenal these days. Now get you home. My wife's waiting with your work.
I must be off. I have my route to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
So she flies, eh? Where are her wings?
Oh, John, sure you're not believing she flies.
The road past my house is a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. The town's mumbling witchcraft.
Oh, hush. We were dancing in the woods last night, and my uncle leaped in on us. He took Fridays off.
Dancing by the moonlight. You'll be clapping the stocks before you're 20.
Give me a soft word, John. Soft word.
No, Abby, I did not come for that.
You come 5 miles to see the girl fly. I know you better.
I've come to see what mischief your uncle's doing. Put it out of mind, Abby. I'll not be coming for you more.
John, I'm waiting for you every night.
Abby, you will put it out of mind. I will not be coming for you more.
Well, surely you're sporting with me.
You know me better.
I know how you clutch my back behind your house and sweat it like a stallion whenever I come near. I saw your face when she put me out. You love me then and you do now.
Abby, that's a wild thing to say.
A wild thing may say wild things, John. I have seen you since you put me out. I've seen you nights.
I've hardly stepped off my farm these 7 months.
I have a sense for heat, John, and yours has drawn me to my window. Do you tell me you don't look up at my window?
Perhaps I have.
I know you, John. I know you. And I cannot sleep for dreaming, and I cannot dream till I wake and walk about the house until I find you coming through some door.
Child?
How do you call me a child?
Abby, I may think you soft from time to time, but I will cut my hand off before I ever reach for you again. Put it out of mind. We never touched.
Hi, but we did.
Aye, but we did not.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may let such a sleepy wife be.
You will not speak of Elizabeth.
She is blackening my name in the village. She is telling lies about me. She is a cold, sniveling woman, and you beg to her? Let her turn you like a...
Do you look for a whipping?
I look for John Proctor that put knowledge into my heart. I never knew what pretend Salem was. I never knew the lying lessons I was taught about these Christian women and their covenanted men. And now you bid me tear the light out of my eyes? I will not and I cannot. You love me, John Proctor. And whatever sin it is, you love me yet. No, God, pity me, pity me. Betty!
What's he doing?
Betty!
Girl, what ails you?
Betty!
What happened? What are you doing to her? Betty?
She heard you
prodigious sign.
Rebecca, come to her. We're lost. Suddenly she cannot bear to hear the Lord's name. There is heart sickness here, Giles Corey. So please to keep it quiet.
I've not said a word. No one here can testify I said a word. I hear she flies. Is she gonna fly?
And be quiet now.
Pray calm. I have 11 children. I have 26 houses. I see them all. When it comes to it, she'll just get tired.
This is no silly season, Rebecca. My Ruth is bewildered. She cannot eat.
Why should I tell you? Mr. Paris, I heard they want to spirits. I heard promises from the outside.
A wide opinions running in the parish that the devil may be among us. And I was satisfied then that they were wrong.
Then let you come out and call them wrong. Are you our minister, or is Mr. Hale? Did you consult the wardens of the church before you called the minister to look for devils?
He is not coming to look for devils.
Then what is he coming to look for?
There will be children dying in this village, mister.
I see nothing dying.
Pray, John. Sister Paris, in the best of the way held back, you come. And we'll rely on Dr. Grace and the pirate.
Rebecca, the doctor's baffled.
But still he is, and let us rely on God. God. There's a prodigious danger here. I fear it. I fear it.
How may we blame ourselves? I am one of 9 sons. The Putnam seed have peopled this providence. And yet I am left with one of 8 childs.
I cannot fathom.
You think it God's work that you never lose a child, no grandchild either, and I bury all but one?
When Reverend Hill comes, you will look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command, Mr. Paris. We vote by name in the society, not by acreage.
I have not seen you so worried on this society since snow fell, Mr. Proctor.
I've troubled that I've come 5 miles to hear him only preach hellfire and bloody damnation. There are many others who don't go to church because he hardly ever mentions God anymore.
Why, that's a drastic charge.
It's quite true. Some corrupt in the church.
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations towards this ministry. Where is my wood? My contract provides I be supplied with all my firewood.
You're allowed 6 pounds a year to buy your wood, Mr. Paris.
I am paid little enough if I spend £6 a year on firewood. The salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I am not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
I am well instructed in mathematics.
Mr. Corey, you will look far from having my kind of £60 a year. Why am I persecuted here? I cannot offer one proposition, but there be a howling right of argument.
Mr. Paris, you were the first ever minister.
I am your 3rd preacher in 7 years. I do not wish to be put on like the cat whenever some majority feels the wind of it. There is either obedience or the church will burn like hell is burning.
Can we speak 1 minute without we land in hell? I'm sick of hell.
It is not for you to say what is good for you to hear.
I may speak my heart, I think.
What are we, Quakers? We're not Quakers here yet, Mr. Proctor, and you may tell it to your followers.
My followers.
There is a party in this church. I am not blind.
Against you?
Against him in all authority.
Why then I must find it and join it.
He does not mean that.
I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I have cropped the soul and lumber to drag home. Let's say the job. They say there's a party. Let's find that one.
Pray you, someone take thee.
Oh, Mr. Hale, it's good to see you again. My, they're heavy.
They must be. They are weighted with authority. You shall need hard study for coming to tracking down your boy. Why, you cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
Well, I am. How do you know me?
You have all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Do you know this gentleman? Mr. Thomas Benham and his good wife, Anne?
Putnam. I had not expected such distinguished company, sir.
Does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hill. We've come to you to come to our house and look after our child.
Your child is too?
Her soul seems flirting away. She sleeps, yet she walks.
She cannot eat.
Cannot eat. Do you men also have afflicted children?
No, these are farmers. John Proctor.
You don't believe in witches.
I never spoke of witches one way or another. Will you come down?
No, John. I have a few fair questions to ask this fellow.
How would you be a sensible man, Mr. Hale? I hope you leave something to say.
Will you look at my daughter, sir? We discovered her on the high road this morning, waving her arms as though she'd fly.
Tries to fly.
Not bad to hear the Lord's name. That's a sure sign of witchcraft afoot.
No. Now let me instruct you. You cannot look to superstition in this. The devil is precise. The marks of his presence are definite as stone. You must look only for his proper signs and does nothing beforehand. And I must mean to tell you all that you should believe me if I should find no trace of hell in this.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed. We will abide by your judgment.
Good then. Now, sir, what were your first warnings of this strangeness?
Why, I discovered her and my niece Abigail and 10 or 12 other girls dancing in a forest last night.
You permit dancing?
No, they were secret.
Mr. Terence Slade has knowledge of conjuring, sir.
We cannot be sure of that, Goody Ann.
I know it, sir. I sent my child. I think she should learn from Tituba, who murdered her sisters.
Goody Ann, you say child conjured the dead?
Let God blame me, not you, Rebecca. I'll not have you judge me anymore. Mr. Hale, is it natural work to lose 7 children before they live a day?
7 dead in childbirth.
Aye.
What book is that?
Here is all the invisible world, caught, defined, and calculated. In this book, the devil stands stripped of all his brute disguises. Here are your familiar spirits, your incubi and succubi, your witches that go by land, by air, and by sea, your wizards of the night and of the day. Have no fear now. If the devil has come among us, I will find him and crush him until he shows his face.
What about the child?
I cannot tell. If she's in the devil's grip, we may have to rip and tear to get her free.
Then I must go then. I'm too old.
But Rebecca, we might find the foil of all our troubles today.
Let us pray for them. What about him?
I hope you mean we do not go to safety here.
I wish I knew.
Come, Mr. Hale, take a seat. Let's get on.
Mr. Hale, I have always wanted to ask a learned man what signifies reading strange books.
What book?
I don't know, she hides them from me.
Who does this?
My wife. I have waited many times and found her reading of a book.
Why, that's unnecessary.
This comforts me. Last night, mark this, I tried and I tried, but I could not say my prayers. And then she closed her books and walked out of the house. And mark this, I may pray again.
Ah, the stoppage of prayer. I'll have to speak further on that with you.
I'm not saying she touched the devil. I just wanted to ask what may signify the reading of the books.
Aye, we'll discuss it. Now mark me. If the devil is in her, you will witness some frightful wonders in this room. So please keep your wits about you. Mr. Hudner, stand close in case you try to supply. Now Betty dear, will you sit up? Can you hear me? I'm John Hale, Minister of Beverly. I've come to help you, dear. Someone afflict you, child. It need not be a woman, mind you, or a man. Perhaps some bird invisible to others bid you fly. In nomine Domini Saboet, sui felic et ad inferno. Abigail, what sort of dancing were you doing with her in the forest?
I think I'm out to say, I saw a kettle lying in the grass where they were dancing.
Pepperoni soup.
Soup? Mr. Parrish, you did not notice, did you? Any living thing in the kettle.
That frog jumped in.
A frog, Abby?
We never put it in.
Abigail, it may be your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
I never called him. Tituba called him.
She called the devil?
I'd like to speak with Tituba.
Goody Ann, will you bring her up?
How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke Barbados.
Was there any strangeness when she called him? A sudden cold wind, perhaps?
I didn't see no devil, Betty. Wake up! Wake up!
You cannot evade me, Abigail. Did your cousin drink any of the brew in that kettle?
She never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Tituba ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
I never sold myself. I'm a good girl. I did drink in the kettle. She made me do it. She made Betty do it.
Abby,
She makes me drink blood.
Blood?
My baby's blood?
no, chicken blood. I gave she chicken blood.
Woman, have you enlisted these children for the devil?
I don't truck with no devil.
Why can she not wake? Are you sensing this child?
I love me, Betty.
You have sent your spirit out upon this child, have you not? Are you gathering souls for the devil?
She sent her spirit on me in church. She makes me laugh at prayer.
She have often laughed at prayer.
She comes to me every night to go and drink blood.
Abby, you beg me to conjure. You beg me
I'll
to...
tell you something. She comes to me while I sleep. She's always making me drink corruption.
Abby!
Sometimes I wake and I find myself standing in the open doorway with not a stitch on my body. I always hear her laughing in my sleep, singing her Barbados songs, tempting me with...
Sir, I never...
Tituba, I want you to wake this child.
I have no power over this child, sir.
You most certainly do. You are loose her from it now. When did you compact with the devil?
I don't compact with no devil.
You will confess yourself, Tituba.
I tell him to try to work for him, sir.
Who? The devil? Now, Tituba, I know that when we bind ourselves to hell, it is very hard to break with it entirely. Now, we are going to help you tear yourself free. You would be a good Christian woman, would you not, Tituba?
I, sir, good Christian.
And you love these little children?
I, sir, I'm sorry to hurt little children.
And you love God?
I love God with all my being.
Now, in God's holy name,
Bless him, bless him,
into his glory,
bless him, bless God.
open yourself, Tituba. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Bless the Lord.
When the devil comes to you, does she ever come with another person? Perhaps another person in the village, someone you know.
Who came with him?
Sarah Good. Did Sarah Good ever come with them? Or Osborne?
Was it man or woman?
Woman. Well, it was woman.
A woman, you say. What woman?
It was dark, and
If you could see him, why could you not see her?
they're always talking. They're always running around and carrying on.
You mean out of Salem? Salem witches?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
Tituba, you must have no fear now to tell us who they are. We are going to protect you. The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
I, sir, I do.
You have confessed yourself to witchcraft, and that speaks the witch to come to heaven's side. Now, we're going to help you.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
You are God's instrument, put in our hands to discover the devil's agents among us. You are selected, Tituba. You are chosen to help us cleanse our village. So speak utterly, and turn your back to him, and face God. Face God, Tituba.
God protect Tituba.
Who came to you with the devil? 2, 3, 4, how many?
4. It was 4. Who? Their names, their names!
How many times he begged me to kill you, Minister Paris?
Kill me.
He said, Minister Paris must be killed. Minister Paris no good man. Minister Paris mean, no gentleman. And he bid me to rise into my bed and cut your throat. But I tell him no, I don't want to kill that man. I don't hate that man. But he said, you work for me, Tituba, and I give you pretty dress to wear, and I put you high up in the air, and you're gonna fly back to Barbados. But I tell him, you lie, devil, you lie. Then he comes to me one stormy night, and he say, look, I have those white people belong to me. And I look, and there was Goody Good.
Sarah Good?
I see. Goody Osborne.
I knew it. Goody Osborne was midwife to me 3 times. I begged you, Thomas, did I not? I begged him not to call Osborne because I feared her. My babies always shriveled in her hands.
Take courage, Tituba. You must give us all their names. How can you bear to see these children suffering? Look at them. Look at their God-given innocence. We must protect them. God will bless you for your help.
I want to open myself. I want the light of God. I want the sweet love of Jesus. I danced for the devil. I saw him. I wrote in his book. I go back to Jesus. I kiss his hand. I saw Sarah Good with the devil. I saw Goody Osborne with the devil. I saw Bridget Bishop with the devil. I saw George Jacobs with the devil. I saw Goody Howe with the devil.
She speaks, she speaks!
Glory to God. It is broken. They are free.
I saw Alice Barr with the devil. I saw Goody Sibber with the devil.
The marshal! I'll call the marshal!
Let the marshal bring iron.
I saw Martha Bellows with the devil. I saw Goody Pike with the devil. I saw Goody Hawkins with the devil. I saw Goody Cobb with the devil. I saw Goody Franklin with the devil. I saw Goody Hopper with the devil.
Star?
We're planting far out to the forest edge.
So you're done then?
Aye, the farm is seeded. The boys asleep.
They will soon.
Right now, for a fair summer.
Aye.
Are you well today?
I am. These rabbit.
Oh, it is well seasoned.
I took great care. She's tender?
Aye. I think we'll see green fields soon. It's warm as blood beneath the clods.
That's fine.
If the crop is good, I'll buy George Jacob's heifer. How would that please you?
If it would.
I mean to please you, Elizabeth.
I know it, John.
Cider!
Aye.
This farm's a continent when you go foot by foot dropping seeds in it.
It must be.
You ought to bring some flowers in the house.
Oh, I forgot. I will tomorrow.
It's winter in here yet. On Sunday, let you go with me. We'll walk the farm together. I've never seen such a load of flowers on the earth. Lilacs have a purple smell. Lilacs is the smell of nightfall, I think. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Aye, it is.
I think you are sad again, are you?
You come home so late. I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
Why, I have no business in Salem.
You did speak of going earlier this evening.
I thought better of it since.
Mary Warren's there today.
Why, you'd let her? You heard me forbid her go to Salem anymore.
I couldn't stop her.
It is a fault. It is a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened all my strength away.
How may that mouse frighten you, Elizabeth?
It's a mouse, no more. When I forbid her go, she was her child, the daughter of a prince, and said to me, Good Proctor, I must go see on a vision of the court.
Court? What court?
Aye, it is a proper court they've had now. They set 4 judges out of Boston, weighty magistrates, at the head of the deputy governor of the province.
Why, she's mad.
I were to God she were. But we have 14 people in jail now, she says, and they have the power to hang them too.
Ah, they'd never hang.
The deputy governor promises to hang her if they don't confess, John. The town's gone wild. I think Mary Warren's like a Abigail, as though she were safe to hear her. She brings the other girls to the court, and where she walks, the crowd will part like the sea of Israel. And folks are brought before them, and if they scream and howl and fall to the floor, they're clapped and jailed for it to them.
Oh, it is a black mischief.
I think you must go listen to them, John. I think you must tell them it's wrong.
It is surely.
Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. Let you tell him what she said to you in her uncle's house. She said it had got to do with witchcraft, did she not?
She did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told.
They must. It is a wonder that they do believe her.
I would close him now, John. Let you go to nothing.
I will think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I will think on it.
Fine, let you think on it.
I am only wondering how I may prove what she told me, Elizabeth. If the girl's a saint now, I think it's not easy to prove she's fraud. She told me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her.
For a moment, alone,
Why did it not as you told me?
For a moment, I say. The others come in soon after.
Do as you wish, then.
Woman, I'll not have your suspicion.
I have no.
I'll not have it.
Then let you not earn it. If it were not Abigail you went to her, would you falter now? I think not.
Now look you.
I see what I see, John.
You will not judge me more, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail. And I will think on it. Let you look to your own improvement before you go and judge your husband anymore. I have forgotten Abigail, and I... Spare me! You forget nothing and forgive nothing. Learn charity, woman. I have gone tiptoe round this house all 7 months since she is gone. I have not moved from there to there without a think to please you, but still, an everlasting funeral marches round your heart. I cannot speak, but I am doubted. Every moment judged for lies, as though I come into a court when I come into this house.
You are not open with me. You saw her in a crowd, you said...
I'll plead my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I am...
No more! I should have brought you down when you first told me your suspicion. but I waited. And like a Christian, I confessed. Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God that day. But you're not. You're not, and let you remember it. Let you look sometimes for the goodness in me, and judge me not.
I do not judge you, John. The majesty that is in your heart judges you. I never thought you but a good man, only somewhat bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth, your justice would freeze fear. How dare you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? I'll whip you if you dare leave this house again.
I am sick, Mr. Proctor. Pray hurts me not. My insides are all shuddery. I've been proceeding 12 thanks, sir.
And what of these proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house, as you are paid £9 a year to do, and my wife not wholly well?
What did you give today, Goody Proctor? I had to sit long hours in a chair and pass the time with sewing.
Why, thank you. There's a fair compliment. I indeed we must.
I'll get up early in the morning and clean the house.
Mary, is it true there be 14 women arrested?
No, sir. They'll be 39 now.
Oh, she's weeping. What ails you, child?
The Osborne will hang.
Hang, you say?
Aye, sir.
And the deputy governor will permit it.
He sentenced her, but not so good for so could confess, you see.
Confess to what?
That she sometimes made a deal with Lucifer and signed her name in this black book with her blood and made a deal to torment Christians till God's thrown down and we almost worship to hell forevermore.
But surely you know what a jabber she is. Did you tell them that?
Mr. Proctor, in open court near choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Why, Mary, surely you do not...
She tried to me many times, Goody Proctor.
Then why have you I never heard you mention this before?
Never knew it before. In fact, I never knew any of this before. When I go into that court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she is so very old and poor and sleeps in ditches. But then she sit there denying and denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begins to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck, and I cannot breathe air. And then there's a voice, a screaming voice as if it were my voice, and all at once I remembered everything she had done to me.
Why? What did she do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor, she came to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider, and mocked this. Whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled? She mumbled hungry.
Ida, what does she mumble? You must remember it, Goody Proctor. Last month, on Monday, I think, she came to this very door, and after I turned her away empty, I felt my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
I do, I think, but...
And so I told that to Judge Hawthorne, and he says, "Good, good, what curse do you mumble that this girl may fall sick after turning you away?" And she replies, "Why, Your Excellence, no curse at all. I only say my commandments. I hope you say my commandments."
And that's enough for an answer.
Aye. But then Judge Hawthorne says, "Recite for us your commandments." And of all of 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they caught her in a flat lie.
And so condemned her.
Why, they must when she condemned herself.
But the proof.
I told you the proof is there. Hard raw proof, the judges said.
You will not go to that court again, Mary.
Mr. Proctor, I must tell you, I will be gone every day now for some time. I'm surprised you not see what weighty work we do.
What work you do? It's strange work for a Christian girl to hang old women.
But Mr. Proctor, they will not hang if they confess. So you will see it, sir. I will be gone every day now for some time. I'm an official of the court, they say, and...
You will not go to that court again!
I'll not stand your whipping anymore. The devil's loose in Salem, Mr. Proctor. We must discover where he's hiding.
I'll whip the devil out of
I
you!
saved her life today!
I'm accused.
You were somewhat mentioned, but seeming that I live so closely with you, and I said I never saw no signs that you sent your spirits out to hurt no one, they dismissed it.
Who accused me?
I am bound by law, I cannot tell. 4 judges and the king's deputies sat to dinner not but an hour ago. I hope
hope you'll not be so sarcastical from now on, and I would like for you to speak more civilly to me from this on out. Go to bed. Mr. Proctor, I'm 18 and a woman, however single. You cannot order me to bed no more.
Do you wish to sit up? Then sit up!
I wish to go to bed!
Good night, then!
Oh, the noose is up.
There'll be no use.
She wants me dead. I knew all week it would come to
He
this.
dismissed it. You heard her say.
And what tomorrow? She'll cry me out every day until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John. You know
I
it.
say, sit down. You must be wise now, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed.
Fear nothing. I'll find Ezekiel Cheever and tell him she said it were all sport.
John was so in jail. More than that is hid now. Figure me this. Go to Abigail.
What have I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There's a promise made at any bed.
What promise?
Spoke or silent, a promise is surely made, and she may dote on it now. I think she does and thinks to kill me than to take my place. It's her dearest hope, I know it. There'd be 1,000 names. Why does she call mine? There'd be certain danger in calling out such a name. I am no goody-good, it's the ditches, nor Osborne, drunk and half-witted. She dare not call such a farmer's wife's name, but there'd be a monstrous profit. She thinks to take my place, John.
She cannot think it.
Have you ever shown her some of contempt? She cannot pass you in truth, but you will blush.
I may blush for my sins.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
And what you see, Elizabeth? What you see?
I think you'd be ashamed, for I am there and she so close.
When will you know me, woman? Were I stoned, I would have cracked for shame this 7 months.
Then go and tell her she's a whore. With her promise, she may say, break it, John, break it.
Good then, I'll go.
Oh, how unwillingly.
I will curse her hotter than the oldest cinder in hell, but pray, begrudge me not my anger.
Your anger, I own.
Woman, am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I never called you base.
Then how do you charge me with such a promise? The promise a stallion gives a mare I gave that
Then
girl.
why do you anger when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit, and I am honest. But I see now that your spirit twists around the single ever of my life, and I will never tear it free.
You'll tear it free when you come to know that I will be your only wife or no wife at all. She hasn't error in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening. What? Mr. Hale. Good evening to you, sir. Come in, come in.
I hope I do not startle you.
No, it's that I heard no horse.
You're a good wife, Proctor.
I, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not off to bed yet.
No, you're welcome here. Will you come in, sir?
I will. That's you such a good wife, Proctor.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, it rebels my stomach. I have some further traveling yet tonight. Sit you down, Mr. Proctor. I have some business with you.
Business of the court?
No, I come of my own, without the court's authority. Hear me. I know not if you're aware, but your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
We know it, sir. Our Mary Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
I am a stranger here, as you know. And in my ignorance, I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of them that come accused before the court. And so this afternoon, and now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house. and-
Rebecca's charged.
God forbid such a one be charged. She is, however, somewhat mentioned.
I hope you will never believe that such a woman trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
Surely you do not think so.
This is a strange time, mister. No man may longer doubt the powers of the dark are gathered in monstrous attack upon this village. There is too much evidence now to deny it. You will agree, sir.
I have no knowledge in that line. But it's hard to think so pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of such good prayer.
Aye, but the devil is a wily one. You cannot deny it. Although she is far from accused, and I know she will not be. I thought, sir, to put some question as to the Christian character of this house, if you'll permit me.
Why, we have no fear of questions, sir.
Good then. In the book of record Mr. Paris keeps, I note that you are rarely on church on Sabbath day.
No, sir, you are mistaken.
Only 26 times in 17 months, sir. I must call that
Mr. Hale, I never knew I must account to that command whether I go to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, mister, why could you not come alone?
I surely did come when I could, and when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Mr. Proctor, your home is not a church. Your theology must tell you that. A Christian must be on church on Sabbath day. Tell me, you have 3 children.
Aye, boys.
How come it only 2 are baptized?
I like it not that Mr. Paris lays his hand on my babies. I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceal it.
It's not for you to decide, Mr. Proctor. The man's ordained for the light.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
No, I have no.
I nailed the roof on that church. I hung the door.
Oh, did you? That's a good sign, then.
It may be that I've been too quick to bring the man to book, but you cannot think we ever desired the destruction of religion. I think it's on your mind, is it not?
I have. There's a softness in your record, sir, a softness.
I think maybe we've been a little too hard on Mr. Paris. I think so. But surely you've never let the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. There be no marketplace on my life, Mr. Paris. I'm a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
I'm sure I do, sir.
Let's check it then, if you will.
The commandments.
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods, nor make upon thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make upon thee an oath.
You have said that twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between the 2 of us, we do know them all. I think it to be a small fault.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in a fortress may be accounted small.
There'll be no love for Satan here.
I pray it dearly. Well then, I'll bid you good night.
I think you must tell him, John.
What's that?
Will you tell him?
I have no witness, and cannot prove it, but my word be taken. But I know the children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Not to do.
They were discovered by Mr. Paris, sporting in the woods. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail?
Sir. She told me the day you came, sir.
Why did you keep this?
I never knew until tonight that the world has gone daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense, mister. I have myself examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others that have confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed it.
And why should they not? If they must hang for denying it, there are them that will confess to anything before they'll hang. Have you never thought of that?
I have indeed, and you. Would you testify this to the court?
I had not reckoned with going into court, but if I must, I will.
Are you falter?
I falter nothing. I only wonder how my story may be credited in such a court, when a minister as steady-minded as you may suspicion such a woman that never lied. She cannot lie, and the world knows she cannot. I may falter somewhat, mister. I am no fool.
Doctor, let you open with me now, for I've heard of him that troubles me. It is said you hold no belief that there may even be witches in the world. Is that true, sir?
I have no knowledge of it, but the Bible speaks of witches, and I will not deny them.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot.
Elizabeth, you bewilder him.
I cannot believe, Mr. Heller, the devil may own a woman's soul when she's got an upright way as I have. If you may believe that I may do only good work in the world and be secretly bound to Satan, then I must tell you, sir, I do not believe in it.
Oh, woman, you do believe there are witches in.
If you think I am one, then I say there are none.
Surely do not fight against the gospel. The gospel.
She believes in the gospel, every word.
Question Abigail believes of gospel, not myself.
John,
Giles, what's the matter?
they kicked my wife and Rebecca nurse.
Rebecca's in the jail?
John, Chiva came and took in his wagon. We've only now just come from the jail, and they won't even let us in to see them.
They're surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hell, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure he mistakes these people.
Calm yourself, Mr. Nurse.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hell. and Martha Corey, there cannot be a woman closer than God than Martha.
How was Rebecca charged, Mr. Nurse?
For murder, she's charged. For the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goodnam babies. What am I to do, Mr. Howard?
If Rebecca Nurse be tainted, then nothing's left to stop the whole green world from burning. That she rests upon the justice of the court. The court will send her home, I know it.
You cannot mean she'd be tried in court.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man, remember until an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch. I only said she were reading books.
Mr. Corey, exactly what complaint were made on your wife?
That boy mongrel Walcott come and charged her, you see. He bought a pig from my wife 4 or 5 years ago. The pig died soon after. Then he come dancing in for his money back. But my Martha tells him, Walcott, if you don't have the wit to feed a pig, you won't live to own many. Now he goes to court and charges her, saying that he can't keep a pig alive for more than 4 or 5 weeks because my Martha bewitched him with her books.
Good evening. Good evening, John Proctor.
Why, Mr. Cheever, good evening. I hope you do not come on business of the court.
I do. I am now clerk of the court now.
It's a pity, Ezekiel. Once an honest tailor might have gone to heaven and must burn in hell. You'll burn for this.
You know yourself I must do as I'm told. Now, believe me, Proctor, how heavy be the law, I have a warrant for your wife.
What say you? A warrant from my wife? You said she were not charged.
Oh, no, nothing of it. When was she charged?
I am given 16 warrants, and she was one.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
Abigail Williams. On what proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I like not to search your house, so will you hand me any puppets that your wife keeps here?
Puppets.
I have never kept no puppets, not since I were a girl.
I spy a puppet, Goody Proctor.
Oh, why, this is madness.
Would you please give it to me?
Have they just, has the court discovered texting puppets now?
Do you keep any others in this house?
No, nor this one either until tonight.
Now, woman, will you please come with me?
She will not. Fetch Mary.
No, I am forbid to leave her from my sight.
You will leave her out of sight and out of mind, Mr. Fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
Signifies a puppet, Mr. Cheever.
Why, they say it may signify that she... Why, this.
What's there?
Why, it's a needle. Willard, it is a needle.
What signifies a needle?
Why, this go hard with her, Proctor.
Why, what meaning has it?
Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner tonight, and without warning, she falls to the floor and screamed. Stuck 2 inches in her belly was a needle. She testified it were similar to your wife's familiar spirit.
She's done it herself. I hope you're not taking this for proof, Mr. Hale.
'Tis hard proof.
Here now. Mary, how did this puppet come into my house? This puppet.
Right, I think that's mine, sir.
It is your puppet, is it not?
It is, sir?
And how did it come into this house?
Why, I made it in court today, and I gave it to Goody Proctor tonight.
Now, sir, you have it.
Mary Warren, a needle has been found inside this puppet.
Why, I meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuck that needle in yourself?
I believe I did, sir.
What say you now?
Child, your assertion must be your natural memory. May it be perhaps someone conjures you even now to say this.
Conjures me? Why, no, I'm entirely myself, I think. Now you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing it in court. Ask Abby. Abby sat beside me while I made it.
Bid him be gone, mister. Your mind is surely settled now.
What signifies a needle?
Mary, you charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I charge no.
Abigail was stabbed tonight, a needle found stuck into her belly.
And she charges me.
Aye.
Why, the girl is murdered because he ripped out with his world.
You've heard it, sir. Ripped out of the world? You heard it.
Out with you!
You've ripped the deputy governor's word.
Damn the deputy governor out of my house!
Proctor!
Get ye gone with them! You are a broken minister.
She's innocent, the court!
She is innocent. Why do you never wonder if parents be innocent?
Or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking in Salem. Vengeance is walking in Salem! We are what we always were in Salem, but now the little crazy children are jangling the keys to the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance. I will not give my wife to vengeance!
I'll go, John.
You will not go!
John, I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep her low. Binds me.
You will see her taken.
The court is just.
Punctious! Pilate! God will not let you wash your hands of this.
John, I think I must go. Mary, there's bread enough for the morning. You'll have to bake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Pocket as if you are his daughter. You owe me that and much more. When the children speak, wake. Speak nothing of witchcraft. They will pray in that.
I will bring you home, Elizabeth. I will bring you soon.
You'll bring me soon.
I will fall like an ocean on that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
Fear nothing. Tell the children I've gone to visit someone.
Willard? Willard, don't chain her! Damn you, men, I'll not have it all with that arm, but then I'll not have her chained!
It is fraud. You know it is fraud. What keeps you, man?
I will pay you, Willard! I will surely pay you!
In God's name, John, Ooh, let you keep aside till I'm gone, man. Are you blind?
Mr. Proctor.
Get out of my sight!
Charity, Proctor, charity. What I've heard in her favor, I will not fear to testify in court. God help me, I cannot judge her guilty nor innocent. I know not. Only this consider. Your will goes mad, it profits nothing. You should lay the cause to the vengeance of a little girl.
You are a coward. Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you are a coward now.
I shall pray God open up our eyes.
John, are we lost?
Go now, child. We'll speak on it tomorrow.
Let you think on it. We'll come back in the morning.
I go now, child.
Good night, John.
Mr. Proctor, very likely the letter come home once the given proper evidence.
You're coming to that court with me, Mary. You will tell it in the court.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You'll tell that court how that puppet came to this house and who stuck the needle in.
I can't. She'll kill me for saying that. I mean, she'll charge lettering on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told you.
I have known it, sir. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good. Then her saintliness is done with. We will slide together into our pit. You will tell the court what you know.
I cannot. They'll turn on me.
My wife will never die for me. I will bring your goodness your back, but that goodness will not die for me.
I cannot do it. I cannot.
Make your peace with it. Now hell and heaven grapple on our backs, and all our pretense is ripped away. Make your peace. Peace. It is a providence and no great change. We are what we always were, but naked now I. Naked. And the wind, God's icy wind will blow.
Now, on the court, there's evidence in our hands that proves you're giving yourself to the legal case. Do you deny it?
I am innocent to a witch. I know that what a witch is.
How do you know that you're not a witch?
If I were, I would know it.
Why do you hurt these children?
I do not hurt them. I scorn it.
I have evidence for the court. You will keep your seat. You're hearing lies. Lies.
Arrest them, excellency.
Remove that man, Marshal.
I have evidence. Why will you not hear my evidence? Hands off. Give me. Let me go.
Giles!
Let me go. Let me be calm a moment. You Mr. Hale. Go in there and demand I speak.
A moment, sir. A moment.
They'll be hanging my wife.
How dare you come more in this court? Are you gone daft, court?
You're not a Boston judge yet, old firm. You're not calling me dad.
Who is this man?
Charles Corey, sir, and a more contentious.
I am asked the question. I'm old enough to answer it. My name is Corey, sir. Giles Corey. I have 600 acres in timber in addition. It is my wife you be condemning now.
And how do you imagine to help her cause with such contemptuous riot? Now be gone! Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for this. It is disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
Your Excellency, I only said she would read books.
What books? What?
It is my third wife, sir. I never had no wife be so taken with books. And I only sought to find the reason of it. I broke charity with her.
Excellency, he claims hard evidence for his wife's defense. I think I know justice.
Then let him submit his evidence in proper affidavit. You are certainly aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hale. Clear this room. Come here.
We are desperate, sir. We come here 3 days from now and cannot be home.
Who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency. His wife Rebecca was condemned this morning. Excellency, we have proof for your eyes. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls, sir. The girls are frauds.
This is contempt, sir. Contempt.
Peace, Judge Hopkins. Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
I surely do, sir. And I think you must be a wise judge to be what you are.
And do you know the near 400 are in the jails from Marblehead to Lynn, and upon my signature? And 72 condemned to hang by that signature.
Excellency, I never thought to say it to such a weighty judge, but you are deceived.
Mary Warren, what? What are you about here? She would speak with the deputy governor.
Who is this?
John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife. Beware this man, Your Excellency. This man is mischief.
Peace.
I think you must hear the girl, sir.
Peace. What would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits.
Never saw no spirits?
Never.
She has signed a deposition, sir.
No. No, I accept no deposition. Tell me, Mr. Proctor, have you given out the story in the village?
We have not.
Do you know, Mr. Proctor, that the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children?
I do, sir.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out witchery for sending their spirits out against you?
It was pretense, sir.
I cannot hear you!
It were pretense, she says.
Susanna Walcott and the others, they are also pretending?
Sir.
Indeed. Now, Mr. Proctor, before I decide whether I shall hear you or not, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here, and it melts down all concealment. Are you certain in your conscience, mister, that your evidence is the truth?
I am, sir. You will surely know it.
Now, sir, what is your purpose here?
Why, I would free my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart, nor hidden in your spirit, any desire to undermine this court.
Why, no, sir.
I tell you straight, mister. I have seen people choked before my eyes by spirits. I've seen them stuck by pins and slashed by daggers. And I have until this moment had the slightest of reason to suspect that the children may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
Excellency, does it not strike upon you that these women have lived so long, such an upright reputation, and... Do you read the gospel, Mr. Proctor? I read the gospel. I think not. Or you should know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel. Aye, God tells us that. But who tells us Rebecca Nurse murdered 7 babies by sending her spirit out on them? It is the children only, and this one will swear she lied to you.
Judge Hawthorne!
Aye, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states that she is pregnant.
My wife is pregnant?
There be no sign of it. We have examined her body.
But if she says she is pregnant, then she must be. That woman will never lie, Mr. Danforth.
She will not.
Never, sir, never.
Mr. Proctor, if I should tell you now that I will be let her kept another month, and if she begin to show her natural signs, you shall have her living yet another year until she is delivered. What say you? You say your only purpose is to save your wife. Good then. She is saved at least this year, and a year is long. What say you, sir? It is done. Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot.
Then your purpose is somewhat larger.
He's come to overthrow this court. These are my friends. Their wives are also.
I judge you not, sir. Sit down. I am ready to hear your evidence. Marshal, go into the court and bid Judge Stratton and Judge Sewell declare recess for 1 hour, and let them go to the taverns if they will. All witnesses and prisoners are to be kept in the building.
Excuse me, sir. I know the moment like you, doesn't mean, sir.
I'm sorry. Now, what deposition do you have for us, Mr. Proctor? And I beg you be clear, open as the sky and honest.
I'm no lawyer, so
The pure of heart need no lawyers. Proceed, Isabel.
will you read this first, sir? It's a sort of testament. The people signing declare their good opinion of Rebecca Nurse, Martha Corey, and my wife. Their good opinion? These are all covenanted people, landholding farmers, and members of the church. If you'll read, sir, they've known the woman many years and saw no signs they ever had dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mrs. Danforth, I gave them all my word for no harm will come to for signing this.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Every defense an attack upon the court.
All innocent and Christian people are happy for the courts in Salem. These people are gloomy for it, and I think you should want to know. With each and every one of them would discontent them with you. I think you have to be examined, sir.
It is not necessarily an attack, I think. Yes.
They are all covenanted Christians, sir.
Then I am sure they may have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, have warrants drawn for all of these. Arrest for examination. Now, Mr. Proctor, what other information do you have for us? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
I have brought trouble on these people, I have.
No, old man. You have not hurt these people of their good conscience. But you must understand, sir, that a person is either with this court or he must be counted against it. There be no road between. She's not hardy, I see.
No, she's not. Remember the angel Raphael, please say to the boy Tobias, remember it. Do that which is good, and no harm shall come to thee.
Come, man, we wait you.
John, my deposition. Give him mine.
Aye. Mr. Corey's deposition.
What lawyer drew this, Corey?
You know I never hired no lawyer, Hawthorne.
It is very well phrased. My compliments. Marshal. Marshal, go into the court and bring Mr. Putnam here. Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation by Mr. Corey against you, in which he states that you coldly prompted your daughter to cry witchery upon George Jacobs, that is now in jail.
It's a lie.
Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say you, sir?
Fart on Thomas Putnam.
What proof do you submit for your evidence, sir?
The proof is there. If Jacob hangs, he'll forfeit up his land, and no one but Putnam has the coin to buy such a piece.
But proof, sir, proof!
The proof is there. I had it from an honest man who heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out on Jacob, she had given him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man that you give this information.
I can't give you his name.
And why not?
You know why not. If I give you his name, he'll lay in jail.
This is contempt of court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely tell us the name.
I cannot give you his name. I mentioned my wife's name once before, and I'll burn in hell long enough for that. I stand mute.
In that case, I have no choice but to arrest you for contempt of this court. Do you know that?
This is a hearing. You're not clapping me for contempt of a hearing.
Always a proper lawyer. Do you wish me to declare this court in full session, or will you give me good reply?
I can't give you his name, sir.
You are a foolish old man. Mr. Cheever! Mr. Cheever! Begin the record. The court is now in session. I ask you, Mr. Corey.
Your Honor, he has a story in confidence, and he... The devil lives on such confidence. Without confidence, there could be no conspiracy.
I think it must be broken, sir.
Mr. Hale,
There's a part of this fear of this court in the country.
reproach me not with the fear in this country. There is fear in the country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ in the country.
It does not follow that everyone accused is part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None! Mr. Corey, you are under arrest for contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you will be set in the jail until you decide to answer all questions.
Don't
put them! I'll kill you yet!
Peace, John! Peace! We'll prove it all now! We'll prove ourselves!
Say nothing more, John. He needs to kill us all.
This is a court of law, mister. I'll have no effrontery here.
Forgive him, sir, for his old age. Peace, Giles! We'll prove it all now. You cannot weep, Mary. Remember the angel when he said to the boy, hold to it. There is your rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition. I would ask you to remember, while you read it, sir, that no more than 2 weeks ago, she were no different than the other children are today. You saw her scream. She howled. She swore familiar spirits choked her. She even testified that Satan, and the former woman now in jail, tried to win her soul away. And when she refused,
You know all this.
aye. But now she swears she never saw Satan, nor any spirit, vague or clear, and she declares now that all of her friends are lying.
Her deposition, Mr. Proctor.
I should like to question...
Mr. Paris, I bid you be silent. You may sit, Mr. Proctor, and you stay there. Marshal, will you go into the court and bring the children here? Now, how came you to this turnabout? Has Mr. Proctor ever threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
So you tell me you sat in my court, callously lying when you knew that people would hang by your evidence. Answer me! How would you construct the thing you left? Do you know that God damns all liars? Or is it now that you lie?
No, sir. I am with God now.
You are with God now!
Sir.
I will tell you this. You are either lying now or you are lying in my court, and in either case, you have committed perjury, and you will go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary Warren. Do you know that?
I cannot lie no more. I am with God. I am with God.
Sit you down, children. Your friend, Mary Warren, has sent us a deposition in which she states she never saw any familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She claims as well that none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law. The law based upon the Bible, and the Bible writ by Almighty God described death as the penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the Bible and God damn all liars and bearers of false witness. Now then, it does not escape me that this deposition may be devised to blind us. It may very well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract our sacred purpose. And if so, her neck will break for it. But if she speaks true, I bid you now drop your guile and confess your pretenses. For a quick confession will go easier. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Children, a very auger bit will now be turned into your souls until your honesty is questioned. Will either of you change your positions now, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have not to change, sir. She lies.
You would still go on with this?
Sir.
A puppet were discovered in Mary Warren's house. And she claims that you sat beside her in court, and that you saw her make it, and witnessed how she herself stuck her needle into it for safekeeping. What say you to that?
It is a lie, sir.
While you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you see any puppets in that house?
Goody Proctor always kept poppets. Your Honor, my wife have not kept any poppets. Mary Warren swears we're her poppet.
Your Excellency,
Mr. Cheever,
when I went to speak to Goody Proctor in her house, she said she never kept any poppets, though she did say she kept them when she were a child.
She has not been a child these 15 years, Your Honor.
But a puppet will keep it 15 years, will it not?
It will keep if it is kept. But Mary Warren swears she never saw any poppets in my house, nor anywhere else.
Why couldn't there have been poppets here where no one ever saw them? We are here, Your Honor, precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
you are charging Abigail Williams with a marvelous coup plot to murder. Do you understand that?
I do, sir. I believe she means to murder.
This child would murder your wife?
It is not a child, sir. Now hear me, sir. In the sight of the congregation, she were twice put out of this meeting's house for laughter during prayer.
What's this? Laughter during...
Excellency,
You deny it, Mr. Harris.
I do believe it happened once. She is sometimes silly, but she is solemn now.
Aye, now she's solemn, and she goes to hang people.
Quiet, man.
Surely it has no bearing on the question, sir. He charges contemplation of murder.
Aye. It strikes hard upon me that this child would laugh at prayer. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, now tell the governor how you danced in the woods.
Beware this man, Your Excellency.
In a moment, sir. What is this dancing?
Mr. Proctor? Abigail led the girls to the woods that night, and they have danced there naked.
Your Honor!
Mr. Parrish discovered them there in the dead of night. There's a child, she is.
Mr. Paris?
This man is blackening my name.
Mr. Paris. Look at this deposition. Look here.
I can only say, sir, that I never saw anyone naked.
You discovered them dancing in the woods? Abigail?
Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverly, Mr. Paris told me that.
You deny it, Mr. Paris.
I do not, sir. But I never saw any of them naked.
But she have danced.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray, proceed.
You say you never saw no spirits in Mary, or never threatened or afflicted by any manifest or the devil's agents. And yet when people accused of witchery confronted you in court, you will faint saying the spirits came out of their bodies and choked you.
I cannot hear you.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up plenty of times and your skin were icy. Mr. Danforth,
I saw that many times.
She only pretended to faint, Your Excellency. They're all marvelous pretenders.
Then, can you pretend to faint now?
No. Why not? It were attacking spirits made you faint. Now let you turn yourself cold now. Let you faint. Faint!
Faint.
Aye, faint. Prove to the court how you pretended so many times.
I cannot faint.
it now, sir? Can you not pretend it?
Might it be that here we have no afflicting spirit loose, but in the court there were some?
I never saw no spirits.
Then see no spirits now, and prove to us that you can faint by your own will as you claim.
I cannot do it.
So you will confess, will you not?
No, sir,
This is a trick to blind the court.
It's not a trick. I used to think so. I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw them?
Not, Your Honor.
How you can think you saw them unless you saw them?
I'll tell you how what I did. I heard the other girls screaming, and you, Mr. Danforth, you seemed to believe them. And it was only folks in the beginning. But then the whole world cried spirits, spirits, and I promise you, Your Honor, I only thought I saw them, but I did not.
Surely your excellency can be taken by this simple lie.
Abigail Williams! I bid you now, search your heart and tell me this, and beware of a child. To God, every soul is precious, and his vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Is it possible, child, that the spirits you have seen are illusion only, some deception that may cross your mind when...
Why, this is a base question, sir.
Child, I would have you consider
Mr.
it.
Danforth, I have been hurt. I have been near to murdered every day because I have done my duty pointing out the devil's people. And this is how I'm rewarded? To be mistrusted, denied, questioned like a...
Child, I do not mistrust you.
Let you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your wits. Beware of it.
There is.
What is it, child?
I know not. A cold wind has come. Abby!
Your Honor, I freeze.
You're pretending, Mr. Danforth.
Is she cold, Your Honor?
Mary, do you send a shadow on me?
Lord, save me.
I freeze. I freeze.
Abby, don't do that!
Mary Warren, do you witch her? I say to you, do you send your spirit out?
Let me go, Mr. Proctor! I cannot! I cannot!
Oh, Heavenly Father, take away this shadow!
Whore, how
do you dare come
Man,
in?
what do you...
It's a whore! Just a moment!
You charge!
Marco now should have screamed to stab me!
You will prove this! This will not
I
pass!
have known her, sir! I have known her!
You are a lecher?
No, you cannot.
No, Giles, it is true. It is true. She will deny it, sir, but you will believe me. A man will not cast away his good name. Surely you will know that.
In what time? In what place?
In the proper place, where my beasts are bedded. 8 months now, sir. It is 8 months. She used to serve me in my house. A man may think God sleeps, but God sees everything. I know that now. I beg you, sir, I beg you, see her for what she is. My wife, my dear, good wife, took this girl soon after, sir, and put her out on the high road. And being what she is, full of vanity, sir. Excellency, forgive me, forgive me. She thinks to dance with me on my wife's grave. And well she might, for I thought of her softly. God help me, I lusted, and there was a promise in such sweat. But it is a whore's vengeance, and you must see it now. I set myself entirely in your hands, sir. I know you must see it now. My wife be innocent, and since you a whore, what she see one.
You deny every scrap and title of this?
If I must answer that question, sir, I will leave and I will not come back again.
She doesn't deny it. She does not deny it.
You will remain where you are. Mr. Paris, go into the court and bring Goodwife Proctor out. Mr. Paris! And tell her not one word of what's been spoken here, and that you knock before you enter. Now, we shall touch the bottom of this swamp. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman?
In her life, sir, she have never lied. There are them that cannot sing and them that cannot weep. My wife cannot lie.
Good then. And if she tell me, child, it were for harlotry, may God spread his mercy on you! Hold! Face me! I said face me! Now, let neither of you turn to face Goody Proctor. No one in this room is to raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter! Mr. Cheever, report this testimony in all exactness. Are you ready?
Ready, sir.
Come here, woman. Look at me only, in my eyes only.
Good, sir.
We are given to understand that at one point you dismissed your servant, Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her? You will look in my eyes only and not at your husband. The answer is in your memory and you need no help to give it to me. Why did you dismiss Abigail Williams?
She dissatisfied me. And my husband.
In what way dissatisfied you?
She were...
Woman, look at me! Was she slovenly? Lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor,
Look at me! To your own knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer me! Is your husband a lecher?
Your Honor, in that time I was sick. My husband is a good and righteous man. He is never drunk as some are, nor wasting his time at the shovel board, but always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, sir, I were a long time sick after my last baby, and I thought I saw my husband somewhat turning from me. And this girl...
Remove her!
Elizabeth, tell the truth, Elizabeth!
She has spoken! Remove her!
I have confessed it! She only thought to save my name!
Excellency, it is a natural lie to tell. I beg of you, stop now before another's condemned. I can shut my conscience to it no more. Private vengeance is working through this testimony. And by my oath to heaven, I believe him. And I pray you call back his wife before we...
She spoke nothing of lechery, and this man lies!
I believe him! And I cannot shut my face to it anymore! This girl's always struck me false! She...
You will not speak on me!
It's there! What is it, child? Children, why do you...
It's on the beam behind the rafter!
Where?
Why? Why have you come, yellow bird? Where's the bird? I see no bird! My face! My face! Mr. Hale!
Be quiet!
Do you see a bird? But you cannot want to tear my face! And me is a deadly sin, Mary! Abby! Oh, Mary, this is a black art to change your shape! No, I cannot stop my mouth! It's God's work I do! Abby, I'm here! Mary, please don't come down! Her claws! She's spreading her claws! Lies! Lies! Mary, please don't hurt me! I'm not hurting her!
Why does she see this vision?
She sees nothing! She sees nothing.
Abby, you mustn't.
Abby, you mustn't. I'm here! I'm here! I'm here! I'm here!
Mary Ward, draw back your spirit out of them!
Mr. Danforth! Mr. Danforth!
Have you compacted with the devil? Have you?
Never! 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 Never!
Why can they only repeat you?
Give me a whip! I'll stop it! 14! There's 14! Abby, stop it! Abby, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
But a while ago you were afflicted. Now it seems you afflict others. Where did you find this power? Why did you turn about this past 2 weeks? You have seen the devil, have you not?
Mary, goddamn! All liars!
What do you say? You confess yourself or you hang! Do you know who I am? are you not? I have seen your power, mister. You will not deny it.
This is no witchcraft. Those girls are frauds and you condemn an honest man.
I will have nothing from you, Mr. Hale. Will you confess yourself befouled with hell, or do you keep that black allegiance yet? What say you?
I say God is dead! Hear it! Hear it! A fire is burning! I hear the boot of Lucifer, and I see his filthy face. And it is my face, and it is yours, therefore! But I'm not quail now, meaning all your black hearts, that this be fraud! God damns our kind especially, and we will all burn together!
Marshal, take him and Corey to jail!
I denounce these proceedings! I quit this court!
You're pulling down heaven and raising up a whore!
Mr. Hale! Mr. Hale!
Sarah, wake up! Sarah, good! Tituba!
Oh, Majesty. Coming. Tituba, he's here. His Majesty's come.
Go to the north south. This place is money now.
I don't want to meet like the Majesty, but to like the market.
Get along with you now. Clear this place.
Oh, is it true, Marshal? I thought sure you'd be the devil coming for us. Couldn't have a sip of cider for me going away.
And where are you up to now, Sarah?
Going back to Barbados. Sometimes the devil gets here with feathers and wings.
Oh, happy voyage to you.
A pair of two birds swinging suddenly. It'd be the two of us. It'd be a grand transformation.
You'll best give that to me or you'll never rise off the ground.
I'll speak to him before you decide to come along, Marshal.
I'm not refusing. There's a proper way to find to hell, Tituba.
Oh, you know hell in Barbados. Devil and pleasure in Barbados. He'll be singing and dancing. You folks, you round him up around here. He'll freeze his soul around here. But in Barbados, he's sweet and... Yes, sir, that's him, Sarah.
I'm here, Majesty. The deputy governors have arrived.
Come along now.
No, he's coming for me. We're going home.
That's not Satan. Come along now. Out with you.
Devil, take me home. Take me home.
I'm coming, Tituba. Tell him Sarah Good's coming too.
Good morning, Majesty.
Where is Mr. Paris?
I'll fetch him.
Marshal, when did Reverend Hale arrive?
It was towards midnight up there.
What is he about here?
He goes along with the praise, sir. He sits with the leaders now, and Mr. Pierce is with him.
Indeed.
That man have no authority to enter, Marshal. Why'd you let him in?
Why, Mr. Pierce, command me, sir. I cannot deny him.
Are you drunk, Marshal?
No, sir.
Fetch Mr. Pierce.
Aye, sir.
Beware hard drink, Marshal.
Aye, sir.
Let you question hail, Excellency. I should not be surprised you've been preaching Andover lately.
We'll come to that. Speak nothing of Andover. Paris prays with them. That's strange.
Excellency, I want to be wise to let Mr. Paris continuously with the prisoners. I think sometimes a man has a mad look these days.
Mad?
I met him yesterday, bid him good morning, and he wept his way. I think the village see him so unsteady.
Perhaps he has some sorrow.
I think it'd be the cows, sir.
Cows?
Now, their masters are in jails, and much disagreement who they will belong to now. There is great contention, sir, about the cows. Contention make them weep. Sir, it will always make men weep for their contention.
Oh, good morning, Judge Stanford. Thank you for coming. I beg your pardon waking you so early. Good morning, Judge Hoffman.
Reverend Hale had no right to enter this.
Excellency, a moment.
Do you leave him alone with the prisoners?
What is he about here?
Excellency, hear me. It is a providence. Reverend Hale has returned to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
He bid to confess.
Hear me. Rebecca has not given me a word these 3 months since she came. Now she sits with him, and her sister, and Martha Corey, and 2 or 3 others. And he pleads with them, confess their crimes, and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed providence. And it's something.
Not yet, sir. Not yet. But I thought to summon you, sir, whether or not be wise to. There is news, sir, that the court must reckon with. My niece, I believe she has vanished.
Vanished?
This be the 3rd night. Mercy Lewis is gone too.
Why? How long are they gone?
They be. My daughter tells me now. She hears us speaking of ships last week.
Where may they be? I shall send a party for them.
They might be on ships. I'm sure.
My strong box.
And I discovered my strongbox is broken into.
She has robbed you.
31 pounds is gone. I am penniless.
Mr. Parrish, you are a brainless man.
Excellency, it should profit you nothing. You should blame me. Cannot think they would run off, except they fear to keep in Salem anymore, since the news of Andover has broken here.
Andover is remedied. The court returns on Friday and we'll resume examinations.
I'm sure of it, sir. But the rumor here speaks rebellion in Andover.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
I tell you what is said here, sir. Andover have thrown out the court, they say, will have no part of witchcraft. There be a faction here feeding on the news, sir. And I tell you true, sir, I fear there will be riots.
Riots? Why at every execution I see but highest education in town?
Judge Hawthorne, it was another sort that hangs till now. Let Rebecca stand upon the gibbet and send up some righteous prayer, and I feel she'll wake up vengeance on you.
Excellency, she's condemned a witch. The court has evidence that proves that.
Pray you. What do you propose to do?
Excellency, I would postpone these hangings for a time.
There will be no postponement.
Now Mr. Hale's return, there is hope, I think. For even if he brings one of these confessions to God, that surely damns the others in the public eye, and none may doubt that they are all linked to hell. This way, unconfessed and claiming innocence, doubts are multiplied. Many honest people will weep for them, and our good purpose is lost in their tears.
Cheever, give me the list.
It cannot be for God, sir. When I summoned the congregation for John Proctor's excommunication, there were hardly 30 people to come here. That speaketh discontent, I think, and...
Sir, which one of these in your opinion may be brought to God? I will myself strive with him.
Excellency, there is not sufficient time.
I shall do my utmost. Which one of these do you have hope for?
Excellency, a dagger.
What do you say?
Tonight when I opened my door, a dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang this sword. There is danger for me. I dare not step outside.
Ah, congratulations, Reverend Hale. We're glad to see you return to your good work.
You must pardon them. They will not budge.
I cannot pardon these when 12 are already hanged for the same crime. It is not just.
Excellency, I must have more time.
Now hear me, and beguile yourselves no more. I will not receive a single plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 are already executed. The names of these 7 will be given out, and the village expects to see them die. Postponement now speaks of a floundering.
And he pleads with them, confess their crimes and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed providence, and it's often.
Not yet, sir. Not yet. But I thought to summon you, sir, whether or not be wise to. There is news, sir, that the court must reckon with. My niece, I believe she has vanished.
Vanished?
This be the third night. Mercy Lewis is gone too.
Why? How long are they gone?
Baby, my daughter told me now. She hears them speaking of ships last week.
Where may they be? I shall send a party.
They might be on ships. Unsure.
My strong box.
And I discovered my strongbox is broken into.
She has robbed you.
31 pounds is gone. I am penniless.
Mr. Parrish, you are a brainless man.
Excellency, it should profit you nothing. You should blame me. Cannot think they would run off, except they fear to keep in Salem anymore, since the news of Andover has broken here.
Andover's remedies. The court returns on Friday and we're resuming examinations.
I'm sure of it, sir. But the rumor here speaks rebellion in Andover.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
I tell you what is said here, sir. Andover have thrown out the court, they say, and will have no part of witchcraft. There be a faction here feeding on the news, sir. And I tell you true, sir, I fear there will be riot.
Riot? Why every execution I see my high salutation in town?
Judge Hawthorne, it was another sort that hangs till now. Let Rebecca stand upon the gibbet and send up some righteous prayer, and I feel she'll make a vengeance on you.
Excellency, she's condemned a witch. The court have evidence that proves that.
Pray you. What do you propose?
Excellency, I would postpone these hangings for a time.
There will be no postponement.
Now Mr. Hale's returned, there is hope, I think. For even if he brings one of these confessions to God, that surely damns the others in the public eye, and none may doubt that they are all linked to hell. This way, unconfessed and claiming innocence, doubts are multiplied. Many honest people will weep for them, and our good purpose is lost in their tears.
Cheaper, give me the list.
It cannot be forgot, sir. When I summoned the congregation for John Proctor's excommunication, there were hardly 30 people to come hear it. That speak of discontent, I think, and...
Sir, which one of these in your opinion may be brought to God? I will myself strive with him.
Excellency, there is not sufficient time.
I shall do my utmost. Which one of these do you hope for?
Excellency, a dagger.
What do you say?
Tonight when I opened my door, a dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang this sword. There is danger for me. I dare not step outside.
Ah, congratulations, Reverend Hill. We're glad to see you return to your good work.
You must pardon them. They will not budge.
You cannot pardon these when 12 are already hanged for the same crime. It is not just.
Excellency, I must have more time.
Now hear me, and beguile yourselves no more. I will not receive a single plea for pardon or postponement. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 are already executed. The names of these 7 will be given out, and the village suspects to see them die. Postponement now speaks of a floundering on my part. Reprieve or pardon must cast doubt upon the one that died till now. While I speak God's law, I cannot crack his voice with whimpering. If retaliation is your fear, know this. I shall hang 10,000 that dare to rise against the law, and an ocean of salt tears cannot melt the resolutions of the statutes. Now, draw yourselves up like men, like you are bound by heaven to do so. Have you spoken with them at all, monsieur?
All but Proctor.
What's Proctor's way now, Willard?
He's just like some great bird. He lives in a speck and takes food from Samson.
His wife. His wife must be along with town.
She is, sir.
Well, thank you, Mr. Pierce. You have closer knowledge of this man. Might have presence soften him.
It is possible, sir. You have not laid eyes on her these 3 months. I should summon her.
Has he struck at you? Is he at him?
He cannot. He's chained now.
Fetch Goody Proctor to me.
Aye,
So
sir.
let you bring him up.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, if you postpone a week and publish that you are striving for their confessions, that speak mercy on your part, not faltering.
Mr. Hale, hath God not empowered me like Joshua to stop this son? I cannot withhold from them the perfection of their punishments.
If you think God wills you to raise rebellion, Mr. Danforth, you are mistaken.
You've heard rebellion spoken in Salem.
Excellency, no man knows when the harlot's cry will end his life, and yet you wonder if rebellion spoke? Better you should marvel had you not burn your province.
Mr. Hale, have you preached in Andover to me?
Thank God they have no need of me in Andover.
You blasphemy, sir. Why have you returned here?
Why, it is all simple. I come to the devil's work. I come to counsel Christians. They should belie themselves. There is blood on my head. Can you not see the blood on my head? Hush!
Ah, Goody Proctor, I hope you are hardened.
I am yet 6 months before my time.
Pray, be at your ease. We come now for your life. Mr. Hale, we speak of this woman.
Goody Proctor, your husband is marked to hang this morning. I have heard of it. You know, do you not? I have no connection with the court. I come of my own, Goody Proctor. I would save your husband's life, for if he is taken, I count myself his murderer. Do you understand me? What do you want of me? Goody Proctor, I have gone this 3 month like our Lord into the wilderness. I've sought a Christian's way. For donations doubled on a minister who counsels on men to lie.
It is no lie! You cannot
It is a lie! They're innocent!
No more, no more. I'll hear no more of that.
Let you not mistake your duty as I mistook my own. I came like a bridegroom to his beloved, bearing gifts of high religion. The very crowns of holy law I bought, and what I touched with my bright confidence, it died. And where I turned my eye of great faith, blood flowed up. Beware, getting proctor cleaves to no faith when faith brings blood. It is a mistaken law that leads you to sacrifice. Life, life, woman, life is God's most precious gift. No matter how glorious may justify the taking of it, I beg you, woman, prevail upon your husband to confess. Let him give his lie. Quote not before God's judgment in this, for it may well be God stands near a liar, and that he throws his life away for pride. Will you plead with him? I cannot think he will listen to another.
I think that'd be the devil's argument.
Women, before the laws of God we are swine. We cannot read his will.
I cannot dispute with you, sir. I lack learning for it.
Goody Proctor, you're not summoned here for disputation. Is there no wifely tenderness within you? He will die. Your husband. Do you understand it? What say you? Will you contend with him? Are you stoned? I tell you, true woman, had I no other proof of your natural life, your dry eyes now would be sufficient evidence that you delivered yourself up upon hell. Had the devil dried up any tear of pity in you? Take her out! It profit nothing she should speak with him.
Let me speak with him, Excellency.
You'll strive with him?
Will you plead for his confession, or will you not?
I promise nothing. Let me speak with him.
Pray, leave with Excellency.
Mr. Proctor, you have been notified, have you not? Let you consult with your wife, and may God help you turn your back on hell.
Chain. The child,
The grown.
there is no word of the boys.
They're well. Rebecca Daniels keeps them.
You have not seen them?
I have not.
You are a marvel, Elizabeth. They come from my life now.
I know it.
None have yet confessed.
There be many confess.
Who are they?
There be 100 or more, they say. Goody Ballard is one. Isaiah Goodkind is one. There be many.
Rebecca.
Not Rebecca. She is 1 foot in heaven now. Not may her more.
And Giles.
Have you not heard of it?
I hear nothing where I am kept.
Giles is dead.
When were he hanged?
He will not hang. He will not answer aye or nay to his indictment. For he denied the charge they hanged him surely, and auction out his property. And so he stand mute, and died Christian under law. And so his sons will have his property. It is law, for he cannot be condemned a wizard without the indictment, aye or nay.
Then how does he die?
They press him, John.
Press.
They press upon his chest until he pled aye or nay. They say he give them but 2 words. More weight, he says, and died.
More weight.
Aye, it were a fearsome man, Giles Corey.
I had been thinking I would confess to them. What say you if I give them that?
I cannot judge you, John.
What would you have me do?
As you will, I would have it. I want you living, John, that's sure.
It is a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. For me it is fraud. I am not that man. My honesty is broke, Elizabeth. I am no good man. There's nothing spoiled by giving them this lie that was not rotten long before. Have your forgiveness.
And yet you've not confessed till now? They speak goodness in you.
Spite. Spite only keeps me silent. Hard to go live to dogs. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
It is not for me to give, John.
I would have you see some honesty in it. Let them that never lie die now to keep their souls. It is a pretense for me. It is a vanity that will not blind God nor keep my children out of the wind. What say you?
John,
It comes to naught that I should forgive you. Will you forgive yourself? It is your soul, John. Only be sure of this. Whatever you will do, it is a good man does it. I have read my heart these 3 months, John. I have sins of my own to count. It needs a cold wife to prompt lecturing.
Enough, enough.
Better you should know me.
I will not hear it. I know you.
You take my sins upon
No,
you.
I take my own, my own.
I counted myself so plain, so poorly made. No honest love can come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I never knew how I should say my love. It were a cold house I kept.
What say you, Proctor?
Do what you will, but let none be your judge. There be no judge under heaven than Proctor is. Forgive me, John. I never knew such goodness in the world.
I want my life.
You confess yourself.
I will have my life.
God be praised, it's providence. He'll confess.
Proctor will confess. Why do you cry it? It is evil, is it not? It is evil.
I cannot judge you, John. I cannot.
And who will judge me? God in heaven, what is John Proctor? What is John Proctor?
I am not your judge. I cannot be.
Would you give them such a lie? Say it. Would you ever give them this? You would not. Tongues of fire were singeing you. You would not. It is evil. Good. It is evil, and I do it.
Praise to God, man. You shall be blessed in heaven for this. Now then, let us have it. Are you ready, Mr. Tudor?
Why must it be written?
Why? For the good instruction of the village. This we shall post. Where's the marshal?
Willard, hurry!
Now then, mister, will you speak slowly and directly to the point for Mr. Tudor's sake? Mr. Proctor, have you ever seen the devil in your life? Come, man, take courage. The village waits. I will give out the news. Did you see the devil?
Praise God!
And when he came to you, what were his demands? Did he bid you to do his work?
He did.
You bound yourself to his service. Ah, Rebecca Nurse, come in, woman.
John, are you well?
Come, man, take courage. Let her witness your good example that she may come to God herself. Will you confess yourself with him?
What, John? I did.
Mr. Proctor, when the devil came to you, was Rebecca Nurse never in your company? Come, man, take courage. Did you ever see her with the devil?
No.
Did you ever see her sister near Easy with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you ever see Martha Cord with the devil?
No.
Did you ever see anyone with
No, I
Mr. Proctor, you mistaken. I'm not empowered to change your life for a lie. You have most certainly seen some person with the devil. A score of people have already testified they saw this woman with the devil.
did not. And then it is proved. Why must I say
Why
it?
must you say it? Why you should rejoice to say it if your soul is purged of any love for hell.
They think to go like saints. I like not to spoil their names.
Mr. Proctor, you think they go like saints?
This woman never thought she'd done the devil's work.
Think you mistake your duty here.
I think you mistake your duty here, Mr. Proctor. It matters nothing what she thought. She's convicted of the unnatural murder of children, and you for sending your soul up upon Mary Warren. Your soul alone is the issue here, mister, and you will prove its whiteness, or you cannot live a Christian. What say you? Will you confess yourself with him?
I speak my own sins. I cannot judge another. I have no tongue for it.
Excellency, it is enough he confess himself. Let him sign it.
It is a great service, sir. It is a weighty name. It'll strike the village that he confess. I beg you, let him sign it, Excellency.
Come then. Sign your testimony. Mr. Tabor, take it to him.
You have all witnessed it. It is enough. You have all witnessed it. What more is needed?
You sport with me. You will sign your name, or it is no confession, mister.
second name.
Praise be to the Lord.
Please.
No. I've signed this. You have seen me. It is done. You have no need for this.
Proctor, the village must have...
Damn the village! I confess to God, and God has seen my name on this. It is enough.
No, sir, it is not.
It is enough. You came to save my soul, did you not hear? I have confessed it. It is enough.
You have not confessed.
I have confessed it. Is there no good penitence but it be public? God sees my name. God knows how black my sins are. It is enough. You will not use me. I am no Sarah Good or Tituba. I am John Proctor. You will not use me.
I do not wish.
It is no part of salvation that you should use me. I have 3 children. How may I teach them to walk like men in a world denied soul to my friends?
I must have good and legal.
You are the High Court. Your word is good enough. Tell them I confessed myself. Say Proctor broke his knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will. But my name cannot possibly be given
It's the same, is it not? If I report it or you sign to it.
What others say and what I sign to is not the same.
Why? Do you mean to deny this confession?
I mean to deny nothing.
Then explain to me, mister. Why do you not let me
Because
have
it is my name. Because I cannot have another in my life. Because I lie. And I sign myself to lies. Because I'm not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang. How may I live without my name? I have given you my soul. Leave me my name.
Is that document a lie? If it is a lie, I will not accept to it. What say you? I will not deal in lies. You will give me your honest confession in my hand, or I cannot keep you from the road. Which way do you go, mister? Marshal!
Proctor! Manual hang! You cannot!
Hang them high. Whoever weeps for them weeps for corruption. Take them!
Pray this is some goodness for me. Children no fear. Give them a heart of stone. Sink them with it.
Don't worry, it doesn't mean to walk.
Go to him! Could he, Proctor, there is yet time! Proctor! Proctor!
Plead with him. It is pride. It is vanity. Be his helper. What profit him to bleed? Shall the dust praise him? Shall the worms declare his truth? Go with him. Take his shame away.
I have his good news now. Master, that I take it from him.